Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie. Today I've put together 13 pineapple Dollar Tree DIY ideas for you that you can try to decorate your home for the summer. So we're going to start with my coffee bar. I wanted it to be fun and tropical for summer. And so we're going to start with our first pineapple DIY. This one turned out so cute. So you know these little tinsel pineapples from the Dollar Tree. I am just starting with that one, removing everything from the cage, and it's just going to give me a plain cage that we can decorate and make a really stunning pineapple DIY. Now this is what we're going to form the pineapple with. These little wood curl roses or like Sola wood flowers from the Dollar Tree. You get 4 in a package, and I want to form the actual pineapple part with these. I thought that would be great. They're wood, so I'm going to leave them just raw wood. And I think it's going to give a really fun texture that's going to kind of make it look like a pineapple. So I can fit 1 to 2 in each one. They're all slightly a little bit different sizes. So you kind of have to lay them out, kind of see what fits. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a second row. I started with that row in the middle and then just filling this one in. If 1 fits, if 2 fits, I'm just trying to get them as close together as I can to form the surface of the pineapple. And this turned out really cute. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull this off. And this was the first time I think I crafted with these, but I absolutely love them. Now, as you can see, it's going to take quite a few of those wood curl roses. Like you get 4 in a package. Well, I'll count them up here at the end to try to figure out how many packages I used because I honestly don't remember. But I always love these. I always pick them up when I see them just because I think they're so pretty. And I'm just gluing to that cage. Here is the final row over here. So it looks like a total of 5 rows is going to fill it up. So I'm just kind of using, the way the existing structure was set up with 5 rows going down and just hot gluing that to the structure. Now, it's not super secure, and I am going to reinforce these a little bit because I wasn't so sure this was going to stay together. And it was so pretty, I definitely want it to stay together. So there is row number 4, and now we can just fill in the last row. I thought we could do like the little Sola wood flowers here for the pineapple body, and then we could do like some fun greenery for the top of the pineapple. And this was kind of the star of the show on my coffee bar. It was like definitely the coolest thing I think I made. And so I'm trying to reinforce it with a little bit more hot glue, but I still didn't think it was going to be strong enough. So what I'm going to do is try to line the back of it with just some burlap. I'm just going to cut down a piece to size to kind of make a back to it. That way I kind of have something to glue to the back of those. That's going to kind of glue everything together. So I put hot glue on all of the flowers, and then I just set the burlap on the back. It's going to give it like more of a finished back too, but it also gave something for all of those flowers to stick to besides the cage. And it made it a lot sturdier, and it looks nice in the background there too, for if you can see in between any of the flowers. Now, for the top, I'm going to cut off some of the cage because I thought it was going to kind of get in the way for what I want to do. I only want to leave part of the cage on there to give me something to attach my greenery to. And this is the foliage that I chose to use. It is from Dollar Tree. It's kind of like, a 2-color leaf. I thought it would make a really cool pineapple top. I wasn't going for something that really looked like the top of a pineapple, but, I'm trying to make some pineapple art here. So when you pull these off, they kind of come 2 at a time. And so I'm just going to leave them attached to each other and then just start hot gluing these on. And I'm hot gluing these to what I left of the cage. I just left that one section that you can see there. And I'm kind of having them all kind of stand up and off to the side to kind of give it the shape of a pineapple. And I really like the combination of these two things that we use to make the pineapple. It's very, very pretty pineapple. And so this one I decided to split up because I had two areas that I thought needed maybe another leaf, one at the top and one at the bottom. And I just attached those with hot glue. Then I decided, I think it needs more. So I did have a second package, and so I'm going to add a few more leaves here as well. Just to kind of fill it up a little bit. Kind of clean up all of my hot glue strings there. Heat gun works great for that. And this is how it looks on my coffee bar. Isn't it cute? A little Sola wood pineapple DIY. The next pineapple DIY I have for you, this is an old thrifted sign that I got at Goodwill, and I've remade it 100 times, and that's what I'm going to do here. Basically, I'm going to try to pop off everything that I had on there before. Note to self, don't use that much hot glue. And then start over. I wanted to make just a cute little pineapple sign for the top of my coffee bar and to kind of set the scene for this. So I kind of want to cover up everything that I had on there before. And so I'm just going to give myself like a white canvas just by going over this palette sign. And I think I got this sign for like a couple of dollars at Goodwill. And I think I've remade it on here like 20 times. There's so many coats of paint on this, but I love it. And it's great if you don't have a lot of storage. Like I really don't have very much storage in my house. But I'm just going to paint this. It's kind of an ivory color of chalk paint just all over, just to give myself a blank canvas. And then I wanted to see if we could do some lettering with these Dollar Tree letter stickers. I know some of you don't have Cricuts, so I wanted to try to see if we could do some stenciling with these and kind of see how that turns out without like actual stencils or vinyl from my Cricut. Even though I definitely prefer that way because you can definitely customize it. But they have different fonts like this at Dollar Tree, so I thought we would give it a try. So I want to spell out Sweet Summer on this little pineapple sign. So I did those letters for sweet, and then I thought I would mix it up with like this different font for summer. Now, the top font definitely worked better because this one, they're kind of like bubble letters. So the sticker itself is kind of larger than, like the actual letter, but we're going to try it and see what happens. So I'm using Caribbean blue, one of my favorite colors, and it's great for summer. It's great for coastal. And I'm going to go over the whole sign, just painting directly over those Dollar Tree stickers to kind of see if we can get like a stencil effect with that. Now, this is what I'm going to use for the pineapple. It's these little paper cutouts from the Dollar Tree, and it is so pretty. And I thought that would be great over on the left part of my sign. There was also like a pineapple ring in there, but I thought that might be too much. Now, I don't really want you to see like the paper border on it. I kind of want it to look like it's like painted on to the little coffee bar sign. So I'm just going to go around and cut off all of, just the border off of this, just to kind of make it look like it was painted on. And not like a piece of paper like glued to it. So I kind of want to see if we can hide it. And then I'm also going to go ahead and cut it so that it like is actually cut between the boards. That's going to kind of make it look more painted on too. And then I'm going to attach the pieces with Mod Podge to my sign, just lining that up with my board. Also doing some Mod Podge over the top. And that definitely helps the effect. I really like when I'm adding paper like this to cut the items like that. It just makes it look definitely more hand painted, which is what I was going for. So we're going to Mod Podge on the middle section of our pineapple. And I love crafting with these paper cutouts from Dollar Tree. They have so many cute things. You can really make some cute stuff, really inexpensive. And here is the top of our pineapple. Now, my goal with putting down the stickers under for Sweet Summer there and painting blue over is that I'm going to be left with like that white color that we had underneath of that for a background to see if we can fill that in a little bit. So we got all of our pineapple down, and now it's kind of the moment of truth. We're going to use a Cricut weeder, kind of pull these off. And you can see it did a pretty good job, especially this one had a little bit of bleeding, but overall not too bad. You don't want to leave it on too long for sure. Now, I wasn't as happy with these, and this is kind of why, since they're cut out larger than the actual font, it just makes them look a little not very distinctive, kind of harder to read. But we're going to actually paint these some more, but this is going to give me a good base to work with to spell out Sweet Summer. I try not to put anything, like any writing or anything, on the bottom board because I usually have stuff sitting in front of it on my coffee bar. But to kind of counteract that on this font, I decided to use my paint pens and kind of go in and kind of paint that letter back on there on each one. And so then the white part, you know, it has the border around it, just kind of like the sticker letters originally were. And we're just doing that with a green paint pen, which is kind of going to go with, you know, the green tops of the pineapples. And I'm just kind of going with the, you know, you can kind of figure out where the letters need to be just by having the edges. Then I also wanted to add a little bit more color, so I decided to make sweet in yellow just to make it more colorful, yellow like the pineapple. And this was just like coloring. I just had to color all of them in with my yellow paint pen. Now I'm going to distress the whole thing with ivory to kind of make it look more coastal farmhouse. It definitely makes that paper pineapple look a little bit more hand painted. And I wipe off any of the excess distressing paint with a baby wipe, kind of go back and forth. I also distress all of my letters just to kind of give it the same vibe until I'm happy with the level of distress. And it turned out pretty cute and no Cricut was involved. Just a couple items from the Dollar Tree. So let me show you how this looks. And for my summer coffee bar, I hung it at the very top on these little hooks. And this is a great sign for summer. You're getting a sneak peek there of some of the other DIYs we're getting ready to make as well, including this one. I picked up this great little plastic pineapple tray at Dollar Tree, and I thought the texture was beautiful on it, and I thought we could kind of paint it to make it look like, you know, the colors of a pineapple and bring out all that beautiful texture on the tray. It's a nice large piece too, so I thought this would do really well in my coffee bar. I just painted the top part where the pineapple leaves are Christmas green, just a nice bright green color. And then for the pineapple part, I thought I would try Antique Wax by Waverly. This does take a while to dry, so make sure you don't touch it or anything. In the meantime, you definitely kind of have to let this sit, but it gives you just a great texture. See how close that is to like the colors of a pineapple? And then it's bringing out all that great texture on there, kind of like a pineapple has. So I think it worked really well. I'm trying to add more just to kind of make it a little bit more colorful, but you don't want to mess with it too much. But as you can see, when it dries, it dried beautifully. Now I just need to make a stand. I'm going to use one of these little round circle frames from Crafter Square at Dollar Tree, but I wanted to kind of blend into our pineapple, so I'm staining the base of it with that Antique Wax by Waverly too, just to kind of have it blend in and match the pineapple. And then I'm going to hot glue that to the back of the tray, and that's going to make the pineapple stand up. You could always use a plate rack or something like that too, but this is how it looks on my coffee bar. It was so easy to make, and I think it turned out so cute for a little pineapple. Okay, next DIY, I'm sure you guys have seen these. They have these every year. They are the little tinsel pineapples. They're really cute size and everything, but again, they're covered with this tinsel stuff. I am not a fan, so I'm going to remove all the tinsel on this. And I'm going to remove the greenery. I wasn't a big fan of that as well, but you could use it if you needed to. And then I thought we could just make a little rope pineapple using some of the thinner brown rope from the Dollar Tree and wrap that pineapple cage. And then one of these little succulent picks from the Dollar Tree as well, I thought would make the perfect top for the pineapple, and it's going to look so much more realistic than what was on there before. Now, sometimes when you take these cages apart, they kind of fall apart like that. So you might have to put them back together, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to like try to pinch them back together. I tried with some pliers that worked good, but you might need to hot glue that as well. You just kind of need it to stay together to start with. And then I start right here at the top. And I don't want to fill in that hole because I want to be able to put that little succulent pick in there. And I'm only going to use hot glue when I need to. Otherwise, you know, the tension of the rope just wrapping around is going to help keep that cage together. That kind of wanted to fall apart too. And this is how far one package of rope goes. Almost to the bottom. And we're going to glue that on right there. And then I was worried that you were going to be able to see that it did not go all the way to the bottom. So I am going to have to fill that in with just a little bit more rope. So I just started a new package and then I went all the way to the bottom of the pineapple to fill it all the way in. This little pineapple DIY was so easy to make and it turned out so cute. This would be really cute on a pineapple tier tray as well. Once I get all of my rope on there, I'm just going to burn off all my fuzzies with a lighter just to clean it up a little bit. And now I just need to add the little succulent pick to the top. I hot glue mine in so it doesn't fall apart. And I think it turned out really cute. What do you guys think about my little rope pineapple DIY? I think it looks so much better than it did before. What do you think? Okay, next DIY. This one's really easy. I picked up some of these Summer Vibes pineapple napkins at Dollar Tree and then just a little Dollar Tree sign. And I thought this was going to be such an easy idea. I can just cover the back of the sign. It's going to make a little stand-up sign for my coffee bar. It's just a matter of removing this tag on the back and decoupaging the napkin onto the sign. So once I got that off, I kind of want a blank canvas because it is white that I'm putting on there. I don't really want this brown background to show through. So I'm just going over the entire back of the sign with just some ivory. And this is going to make the perfect size sign for my coffee bar. So I just unfold my napkin. I just need to cut out one of these designs. You can see it's repeated like 4 times. And I just want to attach that. It's perfect because it's larger than what I'm going on. You do want to separate your layers though and get down to just one layer. It's the best way to decoupage with napkins. And it is pretty thin, so you have to be kind of careful while you're doing this. There is a way to do this where you can like dry your Mod Podge, put it on there and then come back with an iron. But I've heard that does take a while because you have to like let your Mod Podge dry. You can't really use heat and stuff with it. So I haven't tried it, but I've heard that it works really well. So I just laid my napkin right on top and I'm just smoothing it out the best that I can with dry fingers. Trying to get rid of any wrinkles, but I don't want to tear anything. And glue it down. And it is the perfect size image for that sign. And now it's just a matter of cleaning up the leftover napkin on the side, which is so easy to remove with just a sanding sponge from Dollar Tree. And we have a perfect little summer pineapple sign. And it can actually be 2-sided because I left the other side intact if I wanted to use that as well. And I think it looks so cute on a summer coffee bar. This would be great for a tier tray as well. Okay, the next DIY, I'm going to use one of these little pineapples from the summer section. These are the ones that come with the markers, probably for kiddos, but we're going to DIY with it. And I'm going to use one of these little signs that I got at the Target dollar spot. You could totally use a Dollar Tree sign for this as well. But I try to pick these up on clearance. Whenever they go on clearance at Target dollar spot, they're great thick signs. And I wanted to make a coffee bar sign since I'm decorating my coffee bar. But I wanted to be like pineapple themed. And I also kind of wanted to give a shout out to one of my favorite places in Hawaii. And so Hawaii is known for their wonderful coffee. We stayed on a coffee farm there that was so fantastic on the Big Island. And I kind of wanted to give a little shout out to them with this DIY. So I'm just staining it all over. And as you can see, that little marker pineapple looks great stained with just some antique wax by Waverly. Now I'm going to spell out Kona Coffee, and I'm going to do that with Dollar Tree wood letters for Kona, and then the little galvanized metal letters for coffee. As you can see, these are smaller, but it's going to work out perfectly for the size sign that I need. Now, be careful when you buy the galvanized metal letters. You're only getting half of the alphabet with that instead of one of each of the alphabet, like with the wood letters. And I thought we would make a little Kona Coffee sign. We stayed near Kona in Captain Cook, and I was really impressed with the coffee there. It was like definitely some of the best coffee I've ever had. I think it was the pour over method that we used. We stayed in a jungle yurt Airbnb, and I think it was part of the experience was making our own coffee. It's a lot of work, but it turned out so smooth. So I painted my Kona letters Caribbean blue, and I'm just staining all of my galvanized metal letters with some antique wax by Waverly. And then I thought my pineapple did need a little color, even though I stained it. So I'm going to go over the top of that stain with a paint pen, and I'm just using green for the top of the pineapple. That way it's going to leave like all of the edges, that beautiful stain color. And the stain's going to kind of come probably through with the paint a little bit too, and kind of look a little bit older and distressed. But it's just like coloring with a paint pen, so easy to do. And then I'm going to go in and paint that little shape on the sides of the pineapples with a yellow paint pen, just to brighten that up a little bit. And I think it turned out so cute. Sometimes these little signs can be kind of hard to paint, but this one was pretty easy. Now for my Kona letters, I kind of wanted to stress those lightly with a little bit of ivory to kind of give it that coastal farmhouse vibe. I'm also going to go ahead and distress my pineapple with that as well. I'm going to heavily distress it, go back with a baby wipe, and just kind of give it a nice weathered look. And then I thought we would put all these items together on that little board sign from Target Dollar Spot to make a really cute little coffee sign. So Kona Coffee, and then the pineapple here at the bottom. And it's just a matter of hot gluing all of these down. I really like these wood letters from the Dollar Tree. Sometimes I have trouble finding them. I notice they always sell out at my Dollar Trees first, and before the numbers. Most people don't seem to really want the numbers. But these little galvanized metal letters work great as well. You do have to be careful when you're painting them though, because, you know, they can scratch. I was going for a distressed look on mine though, so I kind of wanted them to look like that. That's why I only went over those with one coat of the Antique Wax by Waverly. And I just glue everything down to my little Kona Coffee sign. Now I did want to like kind of finish off the edges. I thought it would be great with a rope frame. They kind of have black edges on this sign from Target Dollar Spot. So I'm just using the Dollar Tree thin brown rope, and I'm going to hot glue that all along all four edges. Just continuing the one piece all the way around. It's going to totally finish off this little coffee bar sign. And I think it looks so cute. And it's a great use for that little pineapple that you can get in the summer section right now. I'm going to burn off the fuzzies, and this is how it turned out. And this is how it looks. It looks great between those two larger pineapples that we've already DIY'd and that little summer vibe sign as well. They all look so cute together on the bottom of my coffee bar. Okay, the next DIY, I picked up a luggage tag. You never know where you're going to find pineapple stuff at Dollar Tree, and I found this great little pineapple cup with like a little drink umbrella and a straw. And so I thought we'd make just a little sign. I'm going to use one of these little chunky signs from the Dollar Tree with the burlap already on it. And I've used burlap, you know, a little bit and some rope. So I always like those natural elements, my DIYs. It totally goes with like the coastal farmhouse vibe in my house. And so I'm just going to kind of clean this up a little bit. There were a few nails sticking up. And I'm just going to attach our little pineapple cup here to the front. This is going to be cute for my coffee bar, but this would also be perfect for a tier tray. And I just hot glue that little square where you put your like address and stuff in there to glue that on. Then to cover the little slit there in the little luggage tag, I'm just going to take some Dollar Tree twine, tie a very simple bow, and just glue that on top. It's going to provide a little decorative touch, and it's going to cover that slope that we didn't really need. And this was such a simple little DIY. And this is how it looks on my coffee bar. So cute. Totally goes with the pineapple vibes. And summer too. Okay, next DIY. This is the galvanized metal pineapple. I picked up that and one of these little clip-on succulents. Now, I see these all the time at Crafter Square at Dollar Tree, and I don't always know what to do with them. These little metal items, they have a great stand, but I'm going to kind of recreate mine. So I cut the leaves off that little succulent to form the top of my pineapple, and I am just gluing those on, kind of following, the structure of the pineapple, and then overlapping a little here in the middle. Just to kind of fill up the space and make the top of my pineapple. What I wanted to do with this was to make a pineapple out of seashells. So this turned out really cute as well, and it's super fun and creative. I just add a little bit more of that little succulent until I'm happy with it. I just wanted to look nice and full and kind of like the top of like a 3D pineapple. Now for the seashells, I'm going to use this one. These are the little seashells that come in the little glass bottles from the Dollar Tree. And I thought we could cover the entire thing with these. So I just put like a row of hot glue down, and I'm just going to cover the whole thing so that, like, you know how we use like the Sola flowers to make the pineapple? This one's going to have like one seashell for each section of the pineapple. It turned out really cool too. So as you can see, I'm kind of having them all be upright to kind of keep my pattern kind of with the point down on all these. And I'm using all the same kind of shell. I think that's kind of important too. And again, these are just the little glass bottle shells from the Dollar Tree. I like to put them in those little toy organizers from the Dollar Tree because I think they're easier to work with that way, and you can get to them a little bit better. And I just fill up my entire pineapple with them. Now, once I got them all glued on, I did kind of still want to kind of make it look more like a pineapple by making it browner and kind of covering that galvanized metal in the back. So I'm just going to use Antique Wax by Waverly, and I just go all over my shells to kind of stain them brown. And then I decided to go in and paint the galvanized metal in the back just to kind of really cover that a little bit better. And I'm just using a little paintbrush so I can kind of get in all the different areas to kind of paint those brown. And then just using a baby wipe to kind of just blend that all out together, cover it up a little bit, and make it look a little bit better. This was so fun to make, and it turned out so cute. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull this one off, but I think I totally did. It was definitely one of my favorite pineapple DIYs today. Now to finish it off, I thought I would take a little twine from Dollar Tree, just wrap it around the top and tie a little bow here just to finish it off. And we have a little seashell pineapple. Isn't that fun? And this is how it looks on my coffee bar. You can hardly tell they're seashells, right? And it looks great next to my little rope pineapple that we made as well. Now for the next DIY, I thought we could get really creative and use one of these little pineapple ice cube trays from the Dollar Tree, and make a little tiny pineapple plant. We live in an area where you can grow pineapples, and I've actually went to pineapple farms and bought pineapples, cut the tops off, and grow my own pineapples. The only thing is as soon as they're ready, you have to be there because the animals will find them and take a bite out of your pineapple first, and it's so sad when that happens. But I just fill up the entire ice cube tray for the pineapple with hot glue, and I'm going to go pop that in the refrigerator so that will set up even faster to make a little tiny pineapple for a pineapple plant. And I'm using this succulent pick again. I think it really looks like a pineapple plant. Also looks like a top of a pineapple too. So I'm just cutting it down a little bit, and I want to fit it in this little light blue pot I got. I think I got this at the Target dollar spot. It's like a little light blue pot. You can use whatever you have. I just need a little tiny piece of foam, so I cut that down to size and just put my little succulent pick down inside to be my little tiny pineapple plant. And as you can see, that pot was only $1, so it was even cheaper than the Dollar Tree. I've noticed Dollar General and Target Dollar Spot, you can still find items for $1. And I just cut off the very top of it. Here is our little hot glue pineapple that we made out of the ice cube tray. I'm just carefully pushing that out, and it came out so cute. It has such a great shape, and it has like a really cute little pineapple texture on there. It's kind of hard to show you with the camera, but we're going to paint it, and then you'll be able to see that a little bit better. So again, I'm using brown paint, and I'm going to paint the pineapple part that brown color, using a brush so I can get in between the different textures there of the pineapple. And it has that crisscross design on there that you would have like on a pineapple. So once I got that one painted brown, I just need to paint the top of it green. And I'm using this bright green, Christmas green color for the top of my little pineapple. And you can still use your heat gun on this, even though it's made out of hot glue. I decided to do the back as well because I thought you might be able to see it since I'm going to put it on top of the little pineapple plant. So brown and green back there as well. And then for the pineapple little crisscross, I decided to draw that back on with a yellow paint pen just to kind of make that stand out a little bit more because it was kind of hard to see the texture with that dark brown. And then I go back and distress that with some more brown. Now, this is how it grows on the top of a little pineapple plant. So I just attach mine with a little bit of hot glue. Hot gluing on our little hot glue pineapple. Once I got it on there, I thought my greenery needed a little bit lighter green, so I decided to go back in there with this like lighter like celery shade, kind of distress that to kind of make that match my pineapple plant a little bit better. And this was so easy to make, and it turned out so cute. It's my little tiny pineapple plant for my coffee bar, a fun little DIY for summer. Okay, the next DIY, I wanted to use these little coasters from the summer section at Dollar Tree. They are little yellow pineapples, and that is like the easiest thing you can use to make a little pennant banner for summer. And I love to do that on the shelves of my coffee bar. They're so easy. They already have holes cut in the top. They're made out of felt. And so I'm just using some Dollar Tree jute twine and just stringing through the holes that are already on there. And we have a super easy little pineapple banner. I love making things out of these little felt coasters from Dollar Tree because they're so cute. I decided to do 2. I have 2 shelves on my coffee bar, so I decided I would do 1 for each shelf since they're so perfect for a little pennant banner. And again, just stringing through the hole that's on there. I like to attach these with like a little drop of hot glue on each side of my shelf because I often put little pennant banners on my coffee bar, and this is how they look on my coffee bar. Really easy to do, and I'm also going to give you a sneak peek of how my pineapple coffee bar turned out. I absolutely love it. I think it's so fun for summer. Are you enjoying today's video? If you are, be sure to hit that like button. It always helps my videos do better here on YouTube. And if you haven't joined my private Facebook group yet, it's really growing. I have it linked in the description. You can share what you've been making, see what everybody else has been making, and also find out when I post new content here on YouTube. I also have a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. My handle on everything is Crafty Beach on YouTube. Now for the next set of DIYs, I wanted some really fun tropical summer DIYs. So I'm going to start by making a large pineapple summer sign with one of these reusable bags from Dollar Tree. This one says tropic like it's hot, and it's got like a pineapple, sunglasses, a little toucan on there. And it's so cute. I love making things with these Dollar Tree bags because they have such fun designs like this. So I'm going to start just by trying to cut the front of the bag off. It's a nice size bag, so it's really going to make like a nice size sign. And I kind of want to use this just like a canvas. And what I'm going to do is frame it out with some of those 5-gallon paint stirrer sticks. I picked those up at Walmart. They're like a couple dollars for a 3-pack, and they're great for a larger sign like this. Now I got it cleared, but I also need to cut the handle off of it, but I don't want to cut much of the design off of it, so I just cut the very top of it off. Isn't that so cute? I'm going to use this as a theme for this next set of pineapple DIYs. This like kind of a navy color with the pineapple really makes it pop. And I want to use like the paint stirrer sticks. They're long enough for the sides of it, and then I can always cut them down too for the top and bottom. So I'm kind of measuring exactly how long I need them to be. I'm going to have the paint stirrer stick is long enough to kind of go top to bottom like that. I do need to cut the handles off of them though, but I wanted to try to make them as long as possible. So I'm just going to cut them together, basically cutting the handles off of them. Sometimes I use those handles, sometimes they come in handy for some projects, but this one I just wanted to do a really simple frame. So I just cut those off, and I'm going to give this a quick sand to smooth this out. If you don't have a saw, I have a power saw now. I didn't have one then. You can always just use a handheld saw, which is kind of what I did for this one. But I absolutely love my real saw. I have one of those sliding miter saws, and I absolutely love it. I'll have to include a link to that. I never have a link to that in my videos because it is fantastic and well worth the investment. I've used it a million times crafting. And then as you can see, I'm just trying to measure out the space between the 2 paint sticks on the side, and that's how long I'll need the piece to be for the top and the bottom. Since the bag is very lightweight, I don't need it to be super strong to hold it up. It's basically just for looks. So I'm going to go ahead and saw these 2 off and then give them quick sanding. And I think that I can just kind of use a stapler to attach these. It's going to be a very lightweight summer sign. This would work great for outdoors as well as indoors. I'm going to use my indoors though. So this is just great wood, these paint stirrer sticks, so you can definitely stain them. I'm going to use some Antique Wax by Waverly and do a quick stain on all of these, making it like this warm brown color. And as you can see, all you have to do is put some on there and wipe it off with a paper towel. Could not be any easier. I usually get this at Walmart, but I think some other brands have it too besides Waverly. And you can see that beautiful wood grain that definitely comes through on these. And you can make really creative things. I made a cabinet for a bathroom, a coastal sea turtle cabinet for my bathroom with these, and I used them for the sides of the cabinet and the legs with those little handles for the legs, and it turned out so cute. I'm using it years later. It's very sturdy. And now that I have them all stained, we can start thinking about how to put these together. I had them, kind of laid out like this. Since it's so thin, I'm not going to use my staple gun. I'm actually going to use just like a real stapler from my desk and to do some smaller staplers. So this is always an option if you don't have a staple gun and you're working kind of on a lightweight project like this. You can use a real stapler, and that's what I'm doing on all 4 corners, just giving it very simple staple joints. And then since I have it flipped over, I can go ahead and put the sign on there, and I can use the stapler to attach the bag to the back of the frame. These staples are nice and small, so I don't have to worry about them coming through the wood. And I want it to be really tight. I don't want there to be any gaps between the frame and the bag, so I just kind of go around and do all the way around. I guess you could always hot glue that too to the back of the frame if you wanted to do it, but I already had my stapler out, so I thought I might as well use that to attach it. And then I'm also going to use my stapler to attach some twine at the top just to make a very simple hanger for this sign. And this is going to be a large sign, and I'm going to be making some other little tropical pineapple signs to go with it, kind of along the same summer tropical vibe. This would be really cute for like a luau or something like that too. Now I did want to make the frame a little bit more tropical, so I picked up some of these wooden stickers, summer stickers from Dollar Tree, and I'm actually just going to use the flip-flops. I have 4 of those, And since they're just plain wood, I can kind of make them whatever color I want. So I'm going to paint mine yellow. I thought that would really pop on that wood frame and add just a little bit more summer fun to these. So I can't remember exactly the shade of yellow this is. Doesn't really matter. I was just trying to, get a bright yellow color, something that reminded me of summer, something that would be about the same color as a pineapple. I was using a sponge to paint these, and as you can see, I get a little bit of paint in between the little strap of the flip-flop. It's really easy to get that out with like a toothpick, but if you don't want that to happen, you can try using just a makeup sponge. It does give you less paint, and sometimes that's better, so you can kind of avoid some of these little drips like that. But those look really cute. I'm going to give them a quick dry and then hot glue them. I'm going to do one in each corner. Kind of serves two purposes. It is decorative. It also hides the seam in my frame, so you can't even see it. It makes it look like it's all one piece. And I just did the same one for all four corners. And this is how it looks in my living room, hanging up on the wall. Isn't that so cute? And it was made just out of a Dollar Tree bag and some paint stir sticks. Really fun. Dollar Tree has a lot of really fun, like tropical things that can work for like a tropical summer party, or you can leave it up all summer long. I love the saying on this one, tropic like it's hot. Now, I told you I wanted to do a set of these, so I'm going to do some for the sides as well. I'm going to start out with one of these little pennant signs from the Dollar Tree you've seen. Just because I had a couple of these, so I thought I could hang one of these on each side of that sign and make it really cool. I did want a navy color, and I didn't really have that color, so I'm mixing some blue and some black together to kind of give me that same color that the bag was that we used to make the larger sign. And I do want to protect the wood on there, so I am just going to cover this up. It did have like lots of brightness on there, a little bit of texture from the letters, as you can see, but I was using chalk paint, which is rather thick, and I don't think I'm going to have any problem covering it up because we're going to be adding something on top of it as well. But you can always flip it over too. I wanted the wood on the front of it though, because I want to stain the top of it to kind of match the frame that we made in the previous DIY. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and stain it. Just that top wood part, it is like a it looks like a wood grain up there. Easy enough to stain with just a little antique wax by Waverly. I'm going to use that same antique wax to do one of these little summer pineapples. So these are the wooden pineapples they have in like the little coloring section in the summer section for Dollar Tree every summer. And it is a really cute pineapple. It's got this great design on it. And so once stained, I love how it looks. I think it's really pretty. I just go in with a yellow paint pen and do that fun little design in all the little boxes on there. And I wanted to add this pineapple to the front of that sign, just to make a really cute little pineapple sign. So for the top of the pineapple, of course, green. I'm going to go ahead and go in there and just paint all of those green. I do go back and do the outside of this in yellow as well to really make it pop. You'll see here in just a minute. But I just wanted this part to be green. You could mix it up and use a couple different shades of green if you wanted to, but I was kind of going for easy on this one and just painting those green. And then I want to pop it on the front of the sign just like that. I just add some hot glue to the back of the wooden pineapple and kind of center it here on my little pennant sign. And it's going to be a great accent piece to go with a larger pineapple summer sign. And I think the pineapple looks so cute stained like that. You would never know that was kind of an art kit. I pick those up all the time, those art kits for kids. They're great for painting and staining. Then I decided I wanted to have more yellow to kind of make it pop. So I'm just going in with a paint pen and just kind of doing a line around all the edges of my pennant banner sign just to make that pop a little bit more. Against that navy, it looks really good together. I'm using a ruler just to make sure that I kind of get my lines straight on there. And I do go back again and do the edges of the pineapple in yellow as well. but I think it's looking pretty cute. I decided to do it a little bit bolder. I thought I needed more. And so I'm doing the same thing, but I'm using a little bit more paint pen here and doing a bolder stripe around the edges. And I ended up liking that way a lot better. So just finishing up, I made sure to go around all the sides. And using a ruler actually helped. Even though you're using a paint pen, it just gives you a little bit more control when you're doing a straight line like that. Now I want to do one for the other side, so I have another pennant banner just like that one. I love the size of these signs, so I pick them up sometimes for DIYing, but you do kind of have to cover again up everything that's already on there. And I'm using that same like navy color that I mixed up of chalk paint and just doing enough coats on here to get a solid blue and cover up all the craziness that was behind it. This one is not going to be a pineapple, but it's going to be a flip-flop sign to go with the summer theme for this one. So I really don't need to get my border too straight up here because I remembered that I wanted to do the yellow outline around the sides. So I do that up against the wood that's on there. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and frame it out first. It's easier to do it now without like the flip-flops attached to it. And do that yellow stripe all the way around. And it's going to really match the pineapple. The flip-flops are also like from a coloring kit from the summer section at Dollar Tree. And we're going to stain them and paint them to match everything else that we've been making here. And then I stained the top of it with some antique wax by Waverly again to make it match the frame that we did before. And then we're going to decorate the flip-flops. As you can see, it does come with markers there. But I use these flip-flops a lot in summer DIYs. I think they're so cute. Now, I do want to make them bright and colorful, but I want to start with the staining of them. I just think the wood looks so good. So I stain them all with the Antique Wax by Waverly. Wipe off the excess with a paper towel. Make sure I get that good and dry, and then I can go in with my paint pens and decorate. I love using paint pens. They give you such better control than like a small paintbrush for me. It's just like coloring, right? So I do like the strap of the flip-flop and the top stripe and the bottom stripe with the yellow. I'm going to make them symmetrical on here. And then I'm going to bring in some green too because we used green, remember, on the pineapple leaves. So I do want it to be all color coordinated here. So I did the middle strap on the flip-flops in green. And then I can even bring in a little bit of this like magenta pink that is on the summer sign that we made. And then to make them pop, I'm going to go around this whole border with my yellow paint pen, and that really finishes them off. I love decorating with these. I've stained them different colors with paint. I've done so many different summer DIYs. They're a great size too if you want to use them like on a summer tier tray or something like that. They're one of my favorite little summer signs for sure. Just giving them a final touch up on that yellow to make sure it is covering the stain and is a nice solid color of yellow. And I'm going to use the pineapple for reference of how I should center it on there. And I just hot glue those on. And that's when I decided that the flip-flops look great bordered in the yellow. So I should do the same thing with the pineapple. Just using that excess space. You can see the line on there that they have. Just using that area to do this yellow as well. And it really made the pineapple pop from that pennant sign. So I'm going to show you both of these together. And I'll also show you how they all look together. I think they turned out so tropical and fun for summer. Summer's kind of, a transitional period. 4th of July is over. Fall is not here yet. So sometimes you just need some fun summer DIYs and decor for your home. And these turned out really cute. Again, these will look really cute for a summer party if you're having something like that. I have lots of luau party DIYs here on my channel. You'll have to be sure to check out from a few weeks ago. And I think they look really cute. This is how it all looks together as a set. As you can see, the colors all coordinate really nice. And just a really fun summer wall hanging set. Hey guys, have you visited my website yet? It is craftybeach.net and it's my new blog on the internet. What's going to happen is whenever I post a YouTube video, I'm going to go over to my website and make a blog post. So when you visit craftybeach.net, you'll see a photo and the beginning of a description from one of my videos, and just click on it. It's going to take you to the blog post where all the photos I shot of all the projects that I made are on there. You can pin them on Pinterest so you can remember to go back and make that DIY. If you scroll down, you can find the coordinating YouTube video to show you how to make them. I just started it this spring, so this is what I have on there so far. And I have helpful links like my Amazon shop, and that's for all the crafting supplies that I use from Amazon. So that will be easy for you to shop. And I even have a link to my Etsy store for all of those fun crafting printables that you guys love so much. Be sure to check out my store from time to time. It is, of course, Crafty Beach on YouTube, on Etsy. I do run a lot of sales over there on those, and they're really fun. So remember, it's craftybeach.net, my new website. So be sure to check it out. And I need to get it updated for sure, but I will. Now it's time for the final reveal of all 13 pineapple DIYs that we made today. Hopefully you got some fun summer crafting inspiration. Be sure to comment your favorite in the comments below, or just come say hello and enjoy the final reveal.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love, remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that. Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen, all the colors. Summer love, memories washed in every shade of green in all the colors. Summer love, remember the lazy river day canoe, bathing in the turquoise blue, losing track of time with you. Another beach pie sunset view, sleeping in the afternoon. No place to be and nothing to prove. That's sure something I could use. A cure for the air conditioned blues. Could use some too. A side, we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love, remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving.
And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of today's video. It always helps my videos do better here on YouTube. And I want to give a huge thank you to the Crafty Beach Bum members for supporting my channel on YouTube. Thank you so much to Karen O'Haron, Melinda Elizabeth, Jamie Job, Susan Edmonds, Tracy Knight, Nancy Wunner, Janae Farrington, Julie Miller, Pamelia Wren, Maria Grace, Donna Schreiner, Sandy C., Live Another Day, Tracy Wooldridge, Maren Christensen, Debbie Middleton, Vicki Connors, and Adrian Brolt. I appreciate you all so much, and if you'd like to become a Crafty Beach Bum member, all you have to do is hit the join button next to today's video. It's $4.99 a month. You're free to cancel anytime, and you're going to get early ad-free access to my videos here on YouTube. Would you like more crafting DIYs? I've got you covered. Be sure to check out this YouTube video right here. And until next time, happy crafting.